When you think of Penticton, you probably reminisce about a city between two lakes, in the middle of wine country. Beautiful beaches, water sports, outdoor adventure, with world-class rock climbing and cycling. A true Four Seasons paradise. Plus renowned for being the host community for so many festivals and events. Yet you undoubtedly will also reminisce about its rich hockey history. From the 1955 World Champion Vees, the Okanagan Hockey School being the longest continuously running hockey school in the world, the BC Hockey Hall of Fame, and having one of this country's most storied junior hockey franchises. In this series, we will look at Penticton Vees past, present, and into the future, and go behind the scenes as the current BCHL champions fight to defend their title.
This one's for you, Penticton. The Vees are 2022 Fred Page Cup champions.
On the road, and in the locker room, what billet life is like, game day production and broadcast, the BCHL All-Star Game festivities, and of course, the playoffs. This and much, much more. Veesnation, making hockey history. Today, we will delve into what is so special about Penticton.
16 years ago now, when I was first approached to come to Penticton and be the head coach here, and for me, I've said it hundreds of times that honestly, the biggest thing that drew me to come coach here and work in Penticton was the uniqueness of the history and tradition that this program has had, that going back as a senior team in the 50s and a junior team starting in 61, and just all the great names and championship teams that came before us. So it made it for an easy decision, and obviously an exciting times that we've seen kind of grow over the time I've been here as well. You know what? I guess when you look at for a junior team, I think one of the things that we're proud of what comes to mind for most people is just sort of like almost like an original six kind of team in the NHL, or that where you have we have the 91-year-old goaltender coming to our games from the 50s, and whenever you see a lot of different alumni coming through all the time, and so it's I think when you look at Penticton, you just the V's now and the different names that of the franchise over the years, I think the one thing that's always stayed constant is sort of the how people perceive our team in the community, how it's part of the community on a day-to-day basis. Well, you know what, it means a lot to me to be a V. Like I said, like when I first came here, I thought maybe it was going to be a 1 or 2 year type thing and then off to something else. At that point in my career, I was moving every couple of years, and now it's more, for me, it's more kind of a legacy piece now where I want to keep building on the history and tradition that we've talked about. And you know, I think it's special. I think our junior team is, like I said, it's a very unique situation where you have a beautiful setting here, you know, a beautiful city to live in. You got a facility that's second to none for, it's almost like a mini, you know, National Hockey League rink. You've got the alumni that goes way back. You know, how many junior teams can say they have, you know, a multitude of, you know, National Hockey League Hall of Famers. And just to be part of that and be in charge of, you know, kind of the new era of our organization is something that I don't take for granted.
Well, I'll start. I think, in a word, excellence. The V's have a reputation for pushing the players on the ice, having a program with a ton of structure, but on and off the ice, they seem to hold these guys to a high level of accountability. Their track record shows that they know how to perform on the ice, but we were hoping for our boys to have an experience that is both enjoyable and a huge learning experience on and off the ice, and that's exactly what we've been lucky enough to have really here, and they have been too. So I just think it's a lot of the intangibles. This is a fantastic league, but the V's run this organization from the owner down to the last person better than anybody.
My name is Luca DePasquo. I'm from Livonia, Michigan, and this is my first year with the V's. For me personally, you know, I had a couple options this year and different teams and different leagues to play in. And I think it just goes back to not only the history, but, you know, the track record for me, the goaltenders, right? You know, the history and the development and guys moving on to the next level. That was a big factor in my decision to play here. You know, being from Detroit, you don't know too much about Penticton or even British Columbia for that matter. So, you know, once I got here and really learned and understood the history, you know, the 55 V's winning the national championship, you know, all the BCHL championships this organization has won, it really means something special to be a part of it and try to continue that legacy.
Well, Luca played in the Null for the last 2 years, so this is actually his third year playing junior hockey away from home. He decided, actually, it was his decision, to come to Penticton, to the V's organization. The main reason, I think, was the way the coaching staff reached out to him, to his family, to us. It was professional from the start to the end. They had other goalies, actually, that used to play here actually reach out to him. And basically, they even said, don't even think about it, just go. This is a fantastic program. Everything we've heard about it, read about it, was nothing but stellar. And it was kind of a nice change for him. He grew up in the States, although he has dual citizenship. This is the first time he's ever lived in Canada. And I think that was a big draw too. It was just a different culture. The culture of hockey and the culture of the country was just something new for him. And it was a good opportunity.
My name's Joe Neuendijk, and my son is Jackson. This is his second year with the V's, his last year of junior hockey this season. And we've had a great experience. He came here last year with the opportunity to come to Penticton. We didn't know much about the BCHL, but through the process of speaking with Fred and learning about what this program was all about, it's just been a fabulous experience for my son Jack. But a lot of people in my hockey world reach out to me and vouched for the Penticton program. We had some friends that had kids that played here, and everything was positive. And ultimately, my son Jack made the decision to want to come here. They did a great job in, you know, explaining the program to him, and this is what he wanted to do. And since day one, it couldn't have been a better experience for him. It really worked out well. Like I said, he was ready for a change. It just felt comfortable right from day one. You know, and a lot of times, hockey people or programs will tell you one thing and then it doesn't necessarily match up. Everything that Penticton, the program, talked about has come true, and so they've stood behind their word. They've treated my son amazingly. He's really developed and grown as a person here, and so I think the experience has been great for him. You know, my son was ready for a change, and this program here in Penticton has provided the most amazing experience for him. I'll never forget last year when they won in Nanaimo and they went on that incredible run of 16 in a row. And to see the joy in his face after they won, he had tears in his eyes, and so did his mother and I. And you know, that's from my perspective, coming from a lot of championship type stuff over the years in the NHL, but I got so much more joy out of seeing him have fun and relishing in that moment. Because he had never really experienced that in his young hockey career growing up in Dallas. So that was a beautiful moment. They have another great team again this year, as they do every year, and I can see that you know, that experience is helping him be more confident this year. It's just been a wonderful thing to be a part of the Vees program.
I'm Jackson Newendijk. I'm from Dallas, Texas, and this is my second year with the Vees. Why did I choose to come to Penticton? Because it's a really good organization in the hockey world. It's very well known. I've only heard good things about it, and they move a lot of players on to the next level. To be a Penticton V, it's very special to be a part of their heritage, and winning a championship last year, it's been some of the best years of my life.
So my name is Beanie Richter. I'm from Greenwich, Connecticut, and this is going to be my third year playing with the Vees. I chose Penticton because it's one of the best junior organizations in Canada, and they have such a long, robust history of winning, and just great staff, great all-around organization, and coming here was one of the best things that's ever happened to me. This is my third year here. I have a very deep connection with this team and this town, and I love all the guys on the team. We're super close and become part of my family, honestly, and we're not just coming here to play games. We're here together, and we're here to do something special, so it's great to be a part of.
My name is Bradley Nadeau. I'm from New Brunswick, and it's my second year with the Vees. Well, I chose Penticton because I heard so many great things about the organization and the town as well. It's an unbelievable spot, so I just wanted to come here and play here because it's one of the best junior spots to play.
Hi, I'm Josh Nadeau. I chose Penticton because I wanted to be more viewed by the scouts, and I think BCHL is a great league for that, and I want to be part of a team with my brother on it, and Penticton was a great option for me, and that's what I decided to do.
My name's Frank Jurasevich. I'm from New Rochelle, New York, and this is my third year with the Vees. I chose Penticton because of the winning culture here. When I was coming into junior hockey, I read about Penticton, learned about Penticton pretty quickly from players from my area that came here and were really successful. And all the winning here was something that really turned my eye on Penticton and really made me want to come here.
The biggest thing when we talk about our culture, culture's maybe at times overused, but when I talk to families, when I talk to potential recruits, and when they're coming here, it's all based on two words: professionalism and accountability. And so we right from our coaching staff throughout, right down through all our players, we all make each other accountable in the right way, and then the professionalism. Really understanding what it means to have structure in your life, and that goes without, I don't want people to think that we don't have fun here. We have tons of fun, but there is structure to what we do, and I think our being organized in that kind of fashion leads to so many great things for our players individually, and obviously as a team as well.
Probably my overall takeaway from having my children play in the BC is the positive experience that they've both had is a really important life experience. And Fred speaks about this all the time. They came here to learn the game of hockey, but it's demanded of them to apply these really important principles of selflessness, responsibility, pushing yourself to be your best every day. And it sounds dramatic, but this is what's asked of them all the time, and it's not normal. And I think it's very, very valuable for them to understand how to apply themselves and figure out who they are and how good they can be. And you only do that by pushing yourself. And this program in particular, and I think this league in general, is supreme about development. We all want to get to the next level, but you have to learn and you have to apprentice yourself to it if you're ever going to be that good. And I really believe that this league is perhaps the best one that I've seen in doing exactly that, development. And this organization in particular, the Vees, have been just supreme about demanding this of the players. And you have this real positive peer pressure to do the right thing, to be part of the community. You get support in the community. It's not carte blanche. You have to perform and you have to hold yourself to a high standard, and that will serve them every day of their life, in their personal life, in their professional life, and on the hockey rink. And to me, that's what this is all about.